So again, on another barbell row variation, we're looking at a Pendlay row. So a Pendlay row is going to combine a little more movement, a little more variance than a regular conventional barbell row, where we're actually doing the first part of a deadlift where we're breaking it off the floor, getting that tension in our entire body, and then we're rowing the weight up with our lats just like a conventional row, then coming back down to the floor. So we're resetting on the floor every single time. Okay, this is an exercise where we can really load up the weight, comparatively speaking, to just a conventional row. If you're trying to do a conventional row and stay really strict, like Giancarlo was on a lot of the last segment, this one you can do a lot more weight. So if you're doing 5 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 5 and you're loading up the weight on this to increase your deadlift or increase your size, increase your strength in the lats, this is a time where it's not wrong to use straps again, okay? It's not wrong to have a little body English, a little bit of movement, a little bit of what people would label as cheating. It's not completely wrong, okay? So let's look at some of the techniques, some of the differences between our last conventional row and this one. So from here, he's gonna break the weight off the floor. Right there, he's into a good rowing position, and from here, he's gonna row and come back onto the floor, okay? First part of the deadlift, freezes below the knee, and he rows. Okay, so once again, we see that we can stay really strict with these, where we freeze that motion right there below the knee and row, or we can get a little more movement and get really explosive with it. Exactly, okay? Like I said, this one we can do a lot more weight on because we're deadlifting off the floor and then we're moving rather than staying locked in one position and having to suspend the weight. We can basically do a really explosive movement and get a lot of weight up and go right down to the floor and reset just like we do with the deadlift. That's why these are a great carryover to our deadlift, okay? So one time from the side, Giancarlo sets up just like a deadlift, just like the last barbell row, breaking it off the floor to the knee and rowing. Okay, breaking it off the floor, rowing. Once again, we can do a lot more weight than we do with just a regular row, and it's not wrong on this variation to use any kind of straps, any kind of grip help.